Hello, my name is Nicholas Cohen. I'm a primary care doctor with a practice in downtown San Francisco. I created HealthScore. HealthScore is a comprehensive program to optimize health and extend life. In my over 10 years of practice, I've been able to help improve the health and support increased lifespan for thousands of patients. Now, HealthScore is available to the general public, to anyone who wants to optimize their health and extend their life. HealthScore is based on 31 recommendations in 4 domains: psychological health, sleep and activity, nutrition, and your numbers or biometrics. These 31 recommendations have been identified in the peer-reviewed medical literature in the last 10 years and are the most important contributors to health and longevity. Today we're discussing, in the domain of sleep and activity, the recommendation for aerobic exercise. Let's start with a definition of what constitutes sufficient aerobic exercise. This is defined as 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic exercise, the equivalent of brisk walking for 30 minutes, 5 days a week, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic exercise each week, or the equivalent of running. Let's unpack the definition a little more. Do you have to get all of your aerobic exercise at once? No, you can actually accumulate your aerobic exercise over short periods of time throughout the day and throughout the week, and they can add up to the 150 of moderate or 75 minutes of vigorous. Do you have to be precise about defining whether you're doing moderate or vigorous intensity? No. If you want to know the science or the specifics behind it, which totally aren't necessary, moderate intensity aerobic exercise is usually 50% of your heart rate or greater, and vigorous intensity is usually 70% or greater. To know your maximal heart rate, you can take your age and subtract that from the number 220. That's your maximal heart rate, and 50% of that would be moderate intensity, 70% of that would be vigorous intensity. But you don't have to get into the weeds on this. You can just use a rule of thumb. If it's like brisk walking or walking at 20 minutes per mile, you're doing moderate intensity. Whereas if you're running or breaking a sweat, that's vigorous intensity. If you do have a heart rate tracker, it's likely that the app has a way for you to see your active minutes, or the minutes per day and per week you've achieved either moderate or vigorous intensity activity. And this is a very good way of confirming that you're reaching your goal.